Okay, welcome back to the new / returning player guide series where I go over a couple of things in the game to help try and break it down, make it more digestible for people that might not understand or really know what to do when it comes to certain things. So yeah, we're going to be focusing on CC, specifically Team CC in this video. So I hope that this guide helps you guys out. Leave a like, subscribe. I am trying to hit 6,000 subscribers. So I would greatly appreciate it if you could do that for me, and it would greatly help me out. I would appreciate you. Let's try and get 20 likes on the video, guys. 20 likes. I would appreciate that as well. But yeah, without further ado, let's go ahead and hop into the video. Okay, guys, so we are focusing on Team CC. I have my CC team right here just to give you guys a visual of like what a moderate to high CC looks like. So this is what the Team CC looks like if I just put the highest CC units on the team. The way you're going to want to increase your CC, guys, it unfortunately does involve the Constellation system. This system, in theory, works, but in Grand Cross, it does take a little bit of time to actually flush out. I don't know. Now I would say, like, if I just had to give a guess, you probably, once you start really getting into the game, you'll probably hit a hard stop at maybe Envy or Sloth. You'll probably hit a hard stop at either of these two. I actually think Lust and Greed, you could get through these two pretty easily as long as you're consistently on the game, like playing every day. You could actually get these two done pretty easily. But the reason why this system is so integral to your overall team CC as well, and I'm going to make a video going over the account CC, so don't worry about that. But the reason why it's so important is because every time you finish a constellation, you will get stats, a huge stat buff. It's not like a small thing, it's a huge one. So right here, attack 100, defense 60, and then all the other little, you know, in between buffs you get for actually filling out the constellation. You get pretty good stat buffs from just finishing it out. So you guys can look at the different levels, right? And it just gets better and better and better as you go. I'm actually almost done with Gluttony. I will get 6,000 HP, 480 defense, and 400 attack, and all of these little stats in between. And what's crazy is this is applied to every character you own. This isn't like a one character thing. This is applied. All of these stats that you're getting by completing the constellations are applied to every character. So yeah, look how many stats that I get just because of like how much I can like completed. You take away all the stats from all characters get this, and my CC drops, like, I'm not even kidding, it probably drops to like 280,000. Not even kidding. It's so crazy how much it affects your team CC. But I wouldn't hard body focus on that, guys. I wouldn't hard body focus on that. I know I did just give, like, you know, a brief explanation of it, but I just wanted to highlight the importance that it does have on your team CC once you start really getting involved in the game, right? So anyway, for individual characters, the best way you're going to actually increase your CC is by simply giving them HP defense gear. That is the easiest way you are actually going to get the biggest CC buff to your character. Just doing HP defense, maxing out the substats is a huge one too. Get 15%, because then you'll be getting 30% on top of the 20% you get for the 4-piece buff. So in total, if you are able to get your substats maxed out, you will be getting 50% extra HP altogether. That is massive. Like, that is massive. So you do want to make sure you have HP defense gear on all your characters. That is step one, right? Step one. After you do that, you know, working on your equipment and whatever, the next best thing to do is super awakened characters. So let me actually go to a character that's not super awakened fully, and you can see how much of a difference it makes in stats. Let's go to humans since they have the biggest buff. Let's do Green Thonar, or whatever. Let's do Green Thonar. So the super awakening system is terrible. I will be the first one to say that. It is horrible. However, that does not take away from the fact it gives you crazy amount of buffs. So if we do Green Thonar, you can see that she only has like 48,000, 600 CC. If we just take a look at how much the Super Awakening system you know, gives you in terms of combat class. This 8,527 is bonkers. And then you get 20,000 HP and of course a couple of substat buffs. And that's just on a character that's old. This is an old unit. Let's go to a more recent unit that came out and see like what you get in total. Let's go to, well, I guess Thonar, Blue Thonar wouldn't be a good example of that. Let me see. I'm trying to think. Who do I have that's a newer unit and I don't have them worked on? I don't know. I can't really think of one. Either way, you guys seen the buff that it gives, right? So you do want to make sure that when you are working on your characters, Super Awakening is a major part of that. Make sure you're getting your Super Awakening done. I know that it sucks if you've had the experience of trying to get Super Awakening coins in the game. I know how much it sucks because it feels like you never have enough, and you probably don't. So yeah, I know how much it sucks, but do make sure you are Super Awakening your characters. That is the best way to increase your team's team CC, right? Super Awakening those characters, getting them level 100. If they become LRs, if you have a team predicated on LRs, which all the teams in Grand Cross do have LRs, you will get really good stats and really good CC from it, right? Because they increase the stats and the substats once they become LRs. That buff is really good because chances, well, if you're a new and returning player, maybe if you're a returning player, depending on how much you played, you likely would have a couple dupes in these characters that become LRs. And that's really good for CC, which leads me to my next point, the ultimate or the duplication system. Duplication. All right. So for CC again, another massive thing that's going to really make your team CC go crazy is having them duped out. I forget how much you get on every dupe for CC. I actually can't remember, which is really bad, so I apologize about that. I can't remember how much you get per dupe, but it is a really big buff. Like, it is a really big buff. I think it's like maybe 4,000 or something, 4,000 maybe that you get. It's like 2,000 or 4,000 you get when you're completely 6 out of 6. So that's why you see people chasing dupes, not only for the extra effects on the passive and whatever, but because the CC of the individual character depends on the ultimate level, like legitimately. So yeah, you do want to make sure you're getting that ultimate level up as well. I do know that a lot of people will be free to play casuals. They're not going to be spenders, or maybe they're light spenders. This, like the ultimate move gauge, this honestly, unfortunately, is the most pay to win part of increasing a character's CC. It just, unfortunately, it is. So you either get dupes or you don't. Nothing you can do about that. It's, you know, that's one of the sucky things about a game that has PvP and also has, like, you know, combat class and stuff like that. It just, you'll never really have a fair advantage if you don't spend money. That's just how it is. That's the rule of the land. That's just how it is, guys. But yeah, so yeah, those are the ways you want to increase your team's CC overall. And then you also have this as well, the outfits. So the outfits can really give you good buffs because you get the stats and some substats from it. You do want to focus on UR gear. Even if some SSR outfits do look cool and you want to get them, you do want to focus on your UR gear. Again, not only for the aesthetic, but for the stats. Like, it's really just for the stats. And then you want to level up the character or characters with these costume enhanced materials. I will say, I don't think that this is the most important at all, really. I think it's a nice little way to boost CC, and it definitely does matter if you're competitive in PvP. But for the majority of people, it's really not gonna be that crazy of a difference. Again, unless you're reaching for higher and highest rank in PvP, it's not going to matter too much. But I just wanted to include this because it does exist and it is a part of the system, and it does become you know, a thing you have to work on if you want to get the highest CC for your characters, right? it does. You also have your Holy Relic, which gives you stats, which increases your CC. And then you also have the enhancement to your Holy Relics, which is going to be a pain in the ass for a lot of people because you have to beat stage 4 of the demonic beast, which honestly, they're not like impossible to beat. They might be a little bit more gimmicky and, to be completely honest, stupid to play, but they're not like that bad. So grinding these might not be the worst ever, but I can't say that for sure, right? I can't say that for sure. Yeah, I think I went over all of the ways. I think that's it, right? Yeah, increase the Holy Relic level, increase the costume, levels or whatever. I think I went over everything. Equipment, alt level. Oh, True Awakening. So True Awakening, you have two. You have Supreme Deity or you have Demon King, and you can switch. You can see like the material you need switches out, right? And this is very costly. I don't think new and returning players are going to be able to do this shit. Even people that have been playing for a long time can't really do this consistently. This is not going to be much of a factor if you just started. I wouldn't worry about this at all, literally at all. I do know they give you some for free, I think, if you are a brand new player, but other than that, not even worth doing. Focus on Super Awakening, focus on ultimate, well, I mean, if you can get dupes for the characters, focus on equipment, and then your Holy Relic, upgrading that Holy Relic, and costumes. True Awakening probably will be one of the last things you do on a character, if we're being honest. It's not a bad system. It's really not a bad system. It's just poorly designed, I think, because the stuff you get, like, you do get 1,500, so in total I think you can get 3,000 combat class, which is very good. But it's really stupid how they designed it, because you need all these materials, and you're like, if you're just starting the game, there's no way. Like, I get it, it's end game content, but just built stupidly. Anyway, I digress. So those are going to be the ways that you're going to be able to increase your team CC. Also, links as well. Links are going to be very important. So characters that you have fully upgraded or whatever, and that have a high CC, you are going to prioritize them as links on your characters. That is just how it's going to be. The Goddess Clan, like, if you are familiar, the Goddess Clan are the ones you do want to prioritize probably the most in terms of links, right? Because of the effects they give you. But anyone with a Unity 2, like Tier, he has a Unity, and that also is a factor because they want to be used as links too. So anyone with a Unity or any type of ability that can boost your characters through being linked up, they will take priority as far as links go. And you do want to make sure that they are at a high level because it will affect your team CC. So just keep that in mind. And then you also have these artifact cards as well. And then these are just like supplementary. You don't really need to focus on this. This will come in time, like you getting these cards. This will come in time. So yeah, those are all the ways that you can increase your team's CC. I will make a video going over account CC, so don't worry about that. But yeah, hopefully this video was helpful and informative for you guys. This will be your boy Dev signing out. I hope you have a beautiful and blessed rest of your day.